What builds more muscle, one unilateral set or two bilateral sets? Well, see, with two bilateral sets, you're going to have more of a stimulus, but less motor recruitment. So you're going to have more stimulus, but less muscle fibers that the stimulus is going to be experienced in. Compared to if you were to do one unilateral set where you're going to have more motor recruitment and more muscle fibers that are going to be able to experience the stimulus, but it's going to have a bit less of a stimulus in those muscle fibers compared to doing two sets. But over the long run, the one unilateral set would outperform the two bilateral sets because comparatively, in the two bilateral sets, there are going to be muscle fibers that you just never recruit comparatively to the one unilateral set because motor recruitment is less. And sure, you're going to have a little bit more of a stimulus in those muscle fibers recruited on the two bilateral sets. The thing is, you're going to end up at the same spot at the end of the day. It's just going to be a little bit faster with the two bilateral sets compared to the one unilateral set where there's always going to be muscle fibers that you're just not going to be able to recruit with the two bilateral sets because of the bilateral force deficit. And also with the two bilateral sets, like, it's not like you're going to have two sets worth of stimulus for all the muscle fibers that you recruited on that first bilateral set, if that makes sense, because from set 1 to set 2, you're going to have less motor recruitment because, each set that you do in a session is going to be less and less motor recruitment because of fatigue. So you're only going to have two sets worth of stimulus for the muscle fibers that you recruit on that second set as well. All this to say, at the end of the day, I would rather do one unilateral set than two bilateral sets. So yeah, this was probably a lot to keep up with, and I hope to help more.